everybody, Ken Krushke here. So I was working on the 1930 Underwood, and I had a Remington ribbon, so I ran that in there for now just to get things in order. But I had to take the case off of her to get at where the adjustments are, since it's a carriage shift. This is going to hit the table without the case on it right now, but the carriage shift, the letters weren't lining up, and to adjust that, you have to do both sides, left and right. And to get at those left and right, there's an adjuster. Let me bring this back so you can kind of see. Here, this is your uppercase stop, and this is your lowercase rest. So when you press the shift, and you don't have the table underneath, you can stop at the top, and at the bottom there. Well, it was missing the pad on one side, so I ended up making a pad out of a piece of rubber and putting that in there. It's the same on this side. So you want to adjust those so they rest even and stop even up here. And between all those adjustments, you're going to end up starting to line up your letters. Now, granted, like I said, I'm using a different ribbon than the one before this. I mean, Remington, whenever I get, they had an acquaintance, but it was a mess. It was all over the place. I got it to a point now where the bottom of the, uppercase letters and the lowercase letters all run true with each other. It's not a hard adjustment. You just have to take the body off to get at it, and not a big deal, but you got to know what those adjusters and how you get at them and how they work. The other thing I failed to show in that little video when I first got it was how this flatten knob pulls out on this side, allowing you to free spin without the ratcheting action. So that is another feature this has. But one of the other things I did, and this one is involving the felt strip that the letters all rest on. That original strip was junk. It's longer than a Smith Corona one, but if you've watched any of my old videos, you know that I got a parts typewriter, a Smith Corona parts typewriter. So of course I've referenced this, and that's the one right there. I've salvaged more parts out of that one and saved so many typewriters off it. But I went to her, and I got that plastic strip out where the segment keys rest on. They replaced it with plastic, a nice rubber strip in that, say, 1970 unit, where in the older units it was felt. And this old felt in these Smith Coronas is great. I mean, this stuff lasts forever. It's not like on an Underwood. So this one, it'll give you an indication of, sure, good and dark in there, of how the felt strip rests in there. You can kind of see how the keys all rest on that felt strip there. And it's, it's in good shape on these old ones. So I took it out of the custom one, which is now really hot rodded, and I put that plastic rubber strip from that newer Smith Corona in there. It's an exact fit, and I would bet my left testicle that in 1970, that's probably what they were selling, was that plastic rubber strip for a replacement for your old felt one. I mean, it's just awesome in here. So by putting that in here, I was able to take that felt strip that was in great shape in there and use that in the Underwood. And where I'm going to go with this is where you're going to find Underwood parts, in a pinch. So by putting that felt strip in the Underwood, all the keys, it's a little shorter with the Smith Corona in width. I did have a section about that long of the old felt strip that was okay. I mean, this thing was just mushed. I mean, it was like flat and everywhere. Bad news. But it's a good way in a pinch. If you got to replace your resting, all the keys lay perfectly flat again. I mean, like I said in the last video, you can't go wrong doing these yourself. You'll get to learn your machine. Also, I started monkeying with the tray, the bottom of the case itself. It'll mount to that when it's all said and done. And so, of course, all the old rubber feet. This is the bottom side up right now is what this is. So I got some of these, I've got all my little rubber parts here. I've got some of these. They're about, I'll tell you exactly how wide they are. About a 1/2 inch. So it's about a 1/2 inch hole size that is recessed in that. But these have a metal washer built in the rubber. They'll last another 60 years. And by putting that in the hole, after you clean out the old feet in these things, you've got a wooden hole and a screw. Well, that screw head will countersink in these perfect. And with that metal washer on the other side, I mean, it's just perfect. So I've got the bottom rubber feet done now. Now I just got to come up with something for the top here. But you can get a lot of your hardware for these things from, you know, the plumbing aisle at the hardware store or the auto store or whatever. If you need rubber parts, start looking at those places and spend some time. You don't have to spend $40 on a new set of replacement feet, or even if you can't find that and you're trying to buy a used set for $25. No, go to your hardware store, go to your plumbing store, and you'll be able to find something for sure for a lot less. But I just wanted to show you those few things. Like I said, the ribbon, I had some left over from that old 20s Remington, so I spooled it on there, got the directions running right for this, and I'm getting her all lined up and going, but keeping you all informed with... Here, I'm writing good one. There. So, it's coming along. I mean, I'm going to probably change it over to an all-black ribbon, though. But that's how you make those adjustments, and that's how you can grab a strip out of something to make, out of a parts one, to make the keys all back to good resting height. And also, though, if you've got a Smith Corona, instead of putting felt in, I'm seriously so impressed with that rubber strip laying in there. I might even get another one for... It's just beautiful how it makes that all lay and brings it up. I may even get a rubber strip replacement for this one. So, till next time, everybody, have a great day.